Good morning, Metroplex. It's Sean, RJ, and Bobby on your home of the NFC East champs. And a major reason for that is this guy. Mike McCarthy, brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys, as we get you set for Sunday. And we have a playoff ticket giveaway coming up during the 7 o'clock hour. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good morning, gentlemen.
I'd like to thank you for making me a commercial. My boss wanted to make fun of me. You guys were mocking my sniffles, you and Choppy, my sickness. So thank you for that, Coach. I appreciate it.
Well, most importantly, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. You know,
Good enough to work. All right. I just thought you kind of doubled up on that vacation. The timing seemed a little suspicious.
I know. My apologies. But look, I wanted to start with something semi-serious, and I know you're looking on to bigger things, but we're sitting here, and as good of a feeling as we've had for a playoff run in our 12 or 13 years of doing this show. Didn't think y'all would be able late in the year to go and get that 2 seed, the 12-5 stat everyone's been talking about. So first off, congratulations on even getting to this spot in an awesome, awesome regular season. We're proud of you. Well,
thank you. No, it's been a journey. They all are. You know, every season brings different challenges at different times, but no, I'm really proud of the team, and I do. I agree with you. I think we're in a really good spot.
Coach, I want to ask a couple of generic playoff questions that we all try to examine every year. You know, this is now coaching in the playoffs. Is there a difference? Is there a major difference in how you coach in a playoff game versus a regular season game?
No, I just think you need to maximize, the quality of the coaching, or really your focus on exactly what you do best. I think one thing about playoff football, brings to you is you just don't, you just got to make sure you keep your volume tight. And just you're giving the players, clean looks, throughout the game, and that starts with the game plan process and how you. And how you work and be diligent and so forth. Because, I think like anything, you got to always clean your own house. And this is, especially the time of year where you got to stay really on top of yourself, Scott. And because at the end of the day, we got to go out and play our best football. And obviously, we don't want guys thinking that'd be the last thing you want.
Do you find the style of play changes a lot? If coach doesn't change, but the style of play might. I know other sports, the game slows down or whatever. Do you find that in the NFL that the style of play changes in the postseason?
Well, the urgency is definitely there. The energy's higher. It's just the importance of the game is very, very evident. And I think it's more as the game goes on. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing like playoff football. I mean, this is what it's all about. This is what we're all committed to, and I love it. There's nothing like it.
The other stereotypical topic is playoff experience. We've all talked about Green Bay's youth and Dak and you and some other guys haven't been here before. Is playoff experience a thing? And if so, how?
Well, you're always trying to, build your instincts and awareness, and obviously experience is a nice variable, to grow from. No doubt. We're a young team also, so we have some young portions of our team that, I think our veterans do a great job. And it just doesn't start this week because you're in the playoffs. It's something you're building, throughout the off-season, training camp, and all the way through the year. So, but yeah, youth can be a good thing. And but at the end of the day, it's really the connection in the locker room is how I've always felt. And I'd put ours up against anybody's.
Coach, I know you said after the game last week that you weren't going to dive into the psychology of playing Green Bay and that being your former team and everything else. So are you happy, though, or in a way are you grateful that you were already able to get that reunion game, in essence, out of the way last year? Does it help you approach this game and say it's easier to make sure everybody's focused on task and that's not a question we have to get all this week?
Well, no, you answered it in your question. I mean, it wasn't by no means was it a attempt in the psychology realm of competition. It was just more, keeping the focus on what's most important. And, and I am part of that, football team that, if I'm going to ask everybody else to just be totally, engaged to what's in front of us, it definitely has to start and stop with me. So it's just really a point of focus.
Have you found, looking back at game tape, even from this year to last year, that their offense, LaFleur's offense, looks a little bit different, considerably different with Jordan Love versus Rodgers?
Yeah, I think it's always going to be a little different based off who the quarterback is, but I mean systematically, there's definitely a lot of carryover and fully the expectation of what you think you're going to get. There's definitely carryover, but yeah, I mean I think it's only obvious. You got a guy that's played 20 years, and now you're with a quarterback in his first year. But I would say this: over the last 6 weeks. It isn't like they're holding anything back. He definitely can manage a high volume offense. I think he clearly has shown that, Jordan Love.
Yeah, Coach, what else have you seen in your QB eval of Jordan?
Definitely. I like the way he plays the game. I think, number one, he gets through his reads. He's very systematic in everything he does. He can make all the throws to any quadrant on the field. So he can change his arm angle. It's very natural at that. So he's made plays in and out of the pocket too. So I think he's done a nice job.
Mike McCarthy joining us on the D&M Leasing Hotline. Coach, how much more of a threat has their running game become late in the season with what Aaron Jones has done and the numbers that he's been putting up?
Well, it's definitely going to. It starts there without a question. That's when they're at their best. That's so important to their success because it gives you the looks on the outside and the one-on-ones in particular. The green grass downfield pass concepts is what they've been very productive. But it clearly starts at that offensive line in Aaron and Dylan.
Hey, Coach, a couple years ago, it was a big theme. It felt like coming in, out of the season, the 21 season, that you guys wanted to become more physical, and that was something that you guys really worked at to build a toughness and a physicality, specifically, I guess, in the trenches. But when you look at Green Bay and the guys they have there, Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith, just talk about that sort of physicality and how it challenges you and how that preparation you guys have taken over the last couple of years gets you ready to go against a defensive line like this.
Well, we've always been a physical football team. The focus was to improve our tackling, which we clearly have from last year to this year. So that'll be key. Definitely Sunday. We got to tackle these backs. We got to limit the space opportunities, and as a whole, just through our evaluation internally, tackling has been an asset for our defense.
Mike McCarthy joins us here on 105 through the Fan. This officiating crew calls, from all reports, a ton of offensive holding calls, which Micah, famously has not been called for a hold since September. Do you have your highlight tape prepared for the meeting with the officials to get some holding calls for Micah?
I think like anything, these crews in the playoffs, there's a lot that goes into it. So. But no, we have a 90-minute meeting, before every game. We have an opportunity to voice concerns. I mean, and there's a procedure to it, and but yeah, we'll stick to our plan and bring up the things we would like to see, highlighted in the game.
Coach, how concerned are you that Stefan Gilmore could be limited dealing with the harness, the shoulder, whatever he's going to be dealing with as he tries to gut it out, or is gut it out being over dramatic, that you think he's going to be more fine than maybe some think?
Well, no, he's definitely is playing through something significant. There's no question about that. But he practiced yesterday, and actually walking off the field with him yesterday, he felt great about I don't think he's ever worn a harness. So, but no, I think he's in a great spot, and he's got another 48 hours. So. I look for him to be, ready to go. You feeling good and positive about Tyler's status? Yeah, he's getting there. I'm curious to see how he feels today. Yesterday was his biggest amount of work. Coach, as everything gets magnified in the playoffs, we always kind of blow things up with one possession or one clock decision or one penalty. How are those things? How confident are you feeling and good about the little things category when it comes to those differences that can decide a playoff game with how you guys have executed them this year? Well, that's what you work on. throughout your practice structure. And obviously, I talk about it time and time again. That's why I appreciate, and I think it's so important to have, tough games throughout the course of a regular season. You want to be in those situations, throughout the year, because obviously you practice them. We'll spend a big segment today just on the end of the game. So these things are well rehearsed and well practiced, but you definitely like the live action in that area. But yes, we feel great about our preparation.
Coach, one last thing on this game. What type of atmosphere are you anticipating? Everyone says the Cowboys at home. I mean, we've seen it. They've been invincible. What are you expecting Sunday in Arlington?
God, you're teeing them up here. I'm expecting a whiteout, so I'm looking forward to that. Our crowd will be incredible. It'll be an electric atmosphere. It'll be everything it's supposed to be. And, I look for us to come out and play with great energy and execution. Looking forward to it.
Do you have your game day outfit picked out yet?
It's whatever they put in my locker. So.
Oh, you don't pick it. It's just whatever's in there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not a big long process, that's for sure.
Mike McCarthy joins here, 105 through the Fan. All right, so this weekend in Kansas City, it's going to be like minus 30. Is that what you said with the wind chill? You were in a similar game to this in the 07 season. Like how much of your playbook gets like scrapped in a game like that?
Well, I mean, you got to really see, how it's all about the football. Obviously, always is each and every week. But yeah, you definitely tilt us, certain concepts over others, no doubt about it. And but I think once you get going out there, it's not really the temperature that's the factor; it's the wind. So the wind is always the adjustment mechanism for me as far as how you attack.
Any tips for these coaches on staying warm? Did you have any tricks up your sleeve besides Black Rifle coffee?
I hope they have drink a lot of coffee, but definitely I hope they have good relationships with the equipment guys up there, because that's important. Yeah, those guys, the equipment that they have and the things they can give you, they'll be fine.
Last one,
the fans are the ones that are, those are the ones you got to watch.
Yeah, well, they have alcohol.
Yes.
Well, there you go. But they have to have a good plan, which sounds like you know the plan.
You got the plan.
All right, Coach, last one. It's been a crazy couple of days in terms of the coaching news, with some legends going away. Some are going to probably be coming back. But your reaction to all the coaching news, and do you have one special story when it comes to either Belichick or Nick Saban that has personally been a connection to you?
I don't know either men, personally, but I think just having just a few times able to compete with Coach Belichick, there's always something that you remember from the games. We had a particular game in 2014 that just changes the way you may have to view putting together a call sheet. So pure football, great respect for their careers. Loved competing against them. I had a chance to compete against Coach Saban when he was in Miami. So, and what Nick's done at Alabama, it speaks for itself. What an incredible career. So, definitely two titans in our industry. Nothing but great respect for those guys.
Coach, thank you so much for the time. Congratulations on just an awesome season so far. Let's keep it going, and let's talk next Friday as well. Thank you, and good luck.
You bet. All right, thank you, man. Have a great day.
The head coach of America's team, Mike McCarthy, brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys.